What is going on, people? So, today in this video, I'm going to talk about which X-Men you need to drop from your X-Men team because it's pretty popular debate right now. Obviously, Phoenix is on your X-Men team, and then Colossus is most likely always on your X-Men team. I have been trying to get rid of him on Arena, but he's still very good in Arena if you mix him with Phoenix. No question about that. But ever since Cyclops has came out, the question that I have had and most people that I've talked to have had is Storm or Wolverine better? And recently, today in fact, I've heard that people are actually dropping Psylocke off this team. And I think that is a terrible idea. And I'm going to give you some reasons why I think that is a terrible idea. First, let's talk about Cyclops here. A lot of people think that Wolverine has benefited immensely because of what Cyclops gives him. So, Cyclops has this To Me skill that allows Wolverine to attack the most injured of the previous enemies that you get to attack here with this attack 2 most injured. So, you get Wolverine an assist. 1 assist. Okay. And then his passive here allows Wolverine to counterattack people anytime they attack Phoenix. So you get maybe 2-3 attacks off that if you're lucky. Sometimes they'll just kill her off, but odds are that's not going to happen. My Phoenix is really strong, and it's pretty hard for people to take her down before she even goes Dark Phoenix. But that doesn't always happen because sometimes Cyclops himself will do the counterattack. So the only time it actually happens is if Cyclops doesn't do the counter. And then when Phoenix dies, you change Wolverine's speed to 100%. So he gets a turn, which is really nice. Speeds him up, lets him try to get to his ult faster. Now we get to Storm. So I think you could maybe switch out for Wolverine. A lot of people don't think she adds that much, but she actually does add quite a bit. So if you look at Ice Storm here, this is the ability that most people completely ignore in War and Arena and Blitz if you care about Blitz that much. But you don't need to charge this move. You can turn 1, just use it. And you have a 50% chance to slow each target. That's huge for the X-Men, because any speed that you get on them is just extra domination time for Cyclops to charge up his special, and then once he ults, it's a game changer. Cyclops' ultimate is just ridiculous. And then Ride the Wind is huge. On turn, 50% chance to apply speed up to an X-Men and X-Force allies, 50% chance to grant assist now to self or random X-Men or X-Force ally. Now this, people don't seem to understand this. So this move is way better than what Wolverine does. When he assists, you might get a bleed, because that's what he does. He bleeds people when he crits. But Storm, on the other hand, if she tosses out an assist to Cyclops here, what does Cyclops do? Defense down. So when she makes an assist happen with Cyclops, she's also applying defense down. When she applies an assist to Colossus, you have a chance here to apply offense down. That's crazy. And then if you get an assist with Phoenix here, she can clear positive effects. So the assists that Storm gives are very nice. And then she has this slight AoE here when she starts going. But really, that's all the Storm is bringing you. Right to the Wind by itself, I think, is enough to bring her in a lot of areas. You don't have to bring her because Wolverine, he does do a huge ultimate, but I think that's it. Now, I've been hearing today that several people are saying, don't bring Psylocke. I think that's ridiculous. It's probably the most ridiculous thing. And I've heard that people are bringing her to a Brawler team. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense. She does nothing with Brawlers. Her ultimate here is transfer all negative effects from self and X-Men allies. Okay. Obviously, she's an X-Men and she needs X-Men for this ultimate to do anything. Her passive here, when an X-Men or HRSA drops below 50% of their max health, apply evade and counter to that ally. This right here is enough to bring Psylocke on your X-Men teams. It's crazy how strong this evade effect is. If your Cyclops is not that strong, and let's face it, he is just a blaster and he doesn't have the most survivability ever, so he can fall over. But if your Cyclops is as strong as my Cyclops, he don't just fall over to nothing. Usually, he will get this evade on him, and that is huge. He can then, it allows him to do this optic devastation move, and that is all you're trying to do with this team right now. The only thing that this messes up is it can make it harder for your Phoenix to die. So Phoenix actually has to die here for her to go to Dark Phoenix, and this can sometimes mess it up, but it does give the whole rest of your X-Men crazy survivability, and it also pairs really nicely with the Colossus. If he gets bursted down, and before he uses this enduring protection, and he gains evade, and it doesn't go away, and then he extends it, that's crazy. That's really nice. It has happened to me a few times. So this to me is insane. And then she also has the ability to clear 2 positive effects off a chain of people. Chain up to 3 adjacent targets. So you can clear up to 6 positive buffs from your enemies. This is a very good skill, something that X-Men do need. Phoenix can get rid of them, but only one at a time, and then she has her ultimate that clears them all when she flies over there with her ultimate in Dark Phoenix mode, and then she can keep blasting them off with her single target. But a lot of teams nowadays, they have a lot of offensive buffs to your whole team. And it's very handy to be able to clear these things, especially taunts off people you don't want to waste your time on. So I don't see even an argument to get rid of her. And then we go to Wolverine. So my Wolverine's actually pretty dang strong. He's tier 13 here. And I'll tell you right now that a lot of people are saying you bring him for the damage because he has full piercing here and he can cause bleeds, I guess. And then he has this chain that is always crits with Cyclops now. And I tell you, I have tried this, and yeah, okay, he crits all the time. But if you're critting for like 0 damage, you're still not doing any damage. This is going to disappoint you. I am actually thinking about putting this tier 4 into this just to try to make it good. And I don't think most people will suggest that you need to put any T4s into a Wolverine. If he's your favorite character, you're probably going to deck him out. But most people in this game are going to say, yo, don't put T4s in Wolverine, they're not good enough. The only thing that people might think about is his ultimate here to get this plus 90% piercing damage. And you're only going to get this off once. And that's it. So it's not exactly worth it. So when you're bringing Wolverine to war, he's only offering you damage in the form of piercing and bleeds. And it's not huge damage on anything that he's doing except his ultimate. And this is the X-Men we're talking about. You don't need damage. Between Phoenix and Cyclops, you have more than enough damage. So it makes no sense to bring Wolverine. He's only a single target buster right now with his ultimate. You could bring Storm to add slows to your team, or if you wait a little bit and charge it up once or twice, you can get stuns. Ice Storm does give stuns. 10% chance to apply stun for each target, and chance to apply is increased by plus 10% per charge. So you can stun people, and if you stun anybody with her, she's way more worth it than Wolverine is, in my opinion. And then, like I said, Psylocke is too good. A lot of teams they're positive buffing themselves, they're debuffing you all the time, and this Astral Butterflies taking all them freaking debuffs off. It's way too good. It's so good that I T4'd this ability. And I have got Arena. I've ranked 1 on Arena with just the X-Men. Right now I don't have her in there, but I have just been messing around with Ultron again. But you can easily put Psylocke on here. I've done it, and I've got rank 1 with her on my team. The only reason I took her off my Arena team when I'm on offense is I'm trying to get Phoenix to die faster. Sometimes she just don't die, and that's the only reason I wasn't using her. In a war, your biggest problem with the X-Men is there is no problems with the X-Men. You're crushing everybody on war. If you have a strong X-Men team, there's basically nobody. Their teams, there's no chance you're gonna lose in war. You can basically auto anything. The only way they can beat you is if they burst your Phoenix down and then burst her down again and somehow take out your Cyclops. So all you're really trying to do is have more survivability. And Wolverine doesn't do that for you. So it makes no sense. And Blitz, who cares about Blitz? You can beat like I said, if you can beat War and you can do good in Arena with this X-Men team without Wolverine, you can do the same with Blitz. And then Raids with this team, you're gonna take Phoenix off. The only time you're gonna bring Phoenix is to boss nodes, and those are the only time you would bring Phoenix to this team, and then you would want to bring her back to life with a core or something. So your X-Men team would be this, but they're not a good team because they don't have any heals right now. And when Beast comes, I'm gonna take Wolverine off that team probably for Beast. So it'll be Beast, Colossus, Cyclops, Storm, and Psylocke. Because here's another good thing about Psylocke: her passive, it doesn't just once per fight, once per game. It's gonna do that anytime an X-Men goes below 50%. So that means if they heal and then they go back below 50%, she applies another evade. It's very good, and it happens more than you think it does, even with Phoenix, because Phoenix does heal the X-Men a little bit, and that happens a lot, that you can get Cyclops down. Just when he takes damage, he usually goes a little bit below 50%, and then you get an evade on him, and then he doesn't take the next damage. Phoenix will heal him a little bit, then he will be able to get another evade. It's very, very helpful. So that is my opinion on the X-Men and who you want to take out. Wolverine, in my opinion, is the character that is the complete weakest link on this team. And if you want to use him, I think that you need to deck him out. You need to put T4s into his basic here, into this. In my opinion, you have to T4 this, and you have to T4 this. Otherwise, it is not even worth thinking about. And your red stars need to be high, because all he offers you is damage, and he needs to be dishing it out like crazy if you plan on taking him. Like if you can see here, I have level 72, tier 13, 4 red stars, 6, 6, 6, 4, and I don't notice the difference in damage between him and Storm, honestly. It's not that big. It's definitely not worth taking him over Psylocke, if that's what you're going with. So, hope that helps you guys. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section below. See you later.